How is I'm Philly. I'm part of the House of Healing, hashtag Trinity, and I want to come on here today to talk a bit about fear. I'm recovering. I'm not just recovering from substance abuse. I'm recovering from fear and pain and trauma and all the stuff that ruled me life for so long. From a very young age, I remember being afraid. I still get afraid today. I just don't let it consume me. I don't go and take drugs if I'm afraid. I don't go and ruin myself or ruin the people around me because I feel a bit afraid of something. For a long time, I ran from it. I never outran it, never once. It consumed me constantly, and I tried to run from it, from different situations in my life that I would have been afraid of. From very young, like from simple little things like people, situations my family were in, starting school, joining football teams, starting anything new, just being afraid. And once I got old enough to know that if I took drugs or if I start drinking or done any of that stuff, it would block it out. But then when the drugs wore off or the session was gone or the little binge I was on was over, the fear would come back. And it wasn't only the fear that I started out with, but then there'd be more fear because of stuff I was out there doing while I wasn't in my right mind, wasn't in my senses. Stuff I done while I was on the drugs, like, and it would have messed me up for a long time, a very, very, very long time. I've learned through a lot of treatment centres, a lot of therapy, and a lot of other people's experiences that being afraid is okay. As a man, women as well, like, we all get afraid, but as a man, to turn around and say, I'm afraid, you don't hear of it. You certainly didn't hear of it when I was growing up. If you said you were afraid, you were a coward, or you were a windbag, or you weren't a real bloke, like, so it wasn't talked about. So instead you went and you acted out off that feeling and blocked it and masked it and got into more trouble because of it. I've people around me that I can talk to today. I've always had people around that I could talk to, but I didn't know how to talk. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to be saying. Again, because of the thing, like, if you say you're afraid, you're a coward. So therefore, I suffered even more because I wouldn't admit I was afraid. I would get into more trouble because of stuff, as I said, that I would have done to get away from the fear. The thing about fear is you kind of have to let it, like, it consumes you anyway, but you kind of have to let it. There's no running away from it. You'll never outrun fear. But if you go through the fear, if you face whatever's on the table, whatever's happening to you, whatever you're afraid of, if you try to deal with it, little bit at a time, whatever it is, loads of different situations. There's loads of stuff that we'd be afraid of, that we run from, that we actually don't have to. And we don't have to suffer anymore. We've suffered enough. People who know where I'm coming from or that know me will know what I'm talking about. And there are people who don't know me and that don't know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about not having to run and not having to suffer. Reach out. The pain is over. The pain is over. Don't be making more situations for yourself because you're afraid of one situation. Reach out, There's loads of people around, and it's alright to talk about it. You're not a coward if you're afraid. You're actually taking courage out of yourself. You're being a bigger person by actually helping yourself and opening your mouth to what's on the table or what's in front of you. I just wanted to throw that out there,